Now early the next morning, the last day, I mean it's down to the wire. So instead of wasting time, I told Tim, T-Bone as he's known, to go out and you look in another area, see if you can bed a buck down, drop me off at that big red water tank. I'll hang out there for an hour or two at sunrise, see if an old boy comes in. It's very arid here, deer need water, just like you and I daily. So we knew it was a good place to start out. The tank holds the water and runs it into troughs and water reservoirs for the livestock, and the deer use that. The tank, man, it's just the perfect sniper perch. You can get up there, you can see everything, deer coming, going, traveling around. It's my kind of hangout. Way off in the distance, I watched a buck feeding, looked like a good buck, and he bedded right under a cholla in a big open grass field. Now for Mark Kayser, that looks like the perfect setup for success. A buck all by himself in one shaded spot, and I know exactly where he's at. We bailed off the water tank, headed down there, snuck in. Oh, it looked perfect. I mean perfect. Got up on him, and guess what? He wasn't a shooter. That's what you get from field judging a mule deer from, say about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away. It's a long distance, there's a lot of heat waves. He looked a little bigger than he was. But heck, it was some action and it was hunting, and that's what I'm out here to do. We hauled to the other side of the ranch fast, met up with Bob. Luck was on our side. I couldn't believe it. He had spotted at least 3 more bucks. One of them looked like a giant sitting up in a basin. The only problem was the sun was setting, and that giant was in a place where it was gonna be awful difficult to get anything but a long, long shot on him. Is there a creek bottom right there?
Yeah.
Or is it open off for a way? That's where he's gonna catch us. He was already looking at us here.
I think we could come back. Yeah.
While I was trying in my head to map this route out with T-Bone, I turned around and was just looking all around me, and straight behind me, coming right over the top of another big ridge, was a buck. And I decided right there was no time to waste. We couldn't wait there and hope they were gonna come to us. We had to get aggressive and go to the deer. You see him? There, that's him, isn't it? Coming out of that shadow. Okay. I'm gonna drop the pack here. Why don't you just spot from here? I wanna crawl a little further so I can get a flat shot. Getting down on my hands and knees was a tough decision. I didn't want to do it. Because again, it was all rock. But it was the only way I was gonna get a good, flat shooting position, a prone shooting position for this shot that appeared to be close to 300. I got him. After about 50, 60 yards, it opened up in front of me and I could see clearly right to the bucks. 2 of them were standing across from me. So instead of rushing the shot, I took some of those beautiful New Mexico rocks and built a back rest for my stock.
Oh, you got him. There he goes. Good shot, Mark.
And with 3 days of hard hunting, it really paid off in the end. Oh, wow. Look at that acorn on him.
Cool.
Whew. That's a treat all on its own right there.
Uh-huh.
Nice forks, nice brows, and just look at that gnarly thing.
I've never seen that.
There's actually 1, 2, 3.
Uh-huh.
They call them acorns on whitetails.
I've never seen them on a mule deer before, though.
You know, I see them rarely, but a lot more. Of course, I hunt a lot more whitetails than desert mule deer.
One thing with all this grama grass, boy, it sure fattens these boys up.
Gosh, they have such pretty chocolate horns, too, from rubbing in the cedars. And God,
that is just a really
that's a last-minute
unique rack
surprise.
there.